Code of Ur-Nammu, circa 2100 to 2050 BC. After An and Enlil had turned over kingship of Ur to Nana, at that time did Ur-Nammu, the son born of Ninsun, for his beloved mother who bore him, in accordance with his principles of equity and truth. Then did Ur-Nammu the mighty warrior, the king of Ur, king of Sumer and Akkad, by the might of Nana, lord of the city, and in accordance with the true word of Utu, established equity in the land. He banished malediction, violence, and strife, and set the monthly temple expense to 90 gur of barley, 30 sheep, and 30 selah of butter. He fashioned the bronze selah measure, standardized the 1 mina weight, and standardized the stone weight of a shekel of silver in relation to 1 mina. The orphan was not delivered up to the rich man. The widow was not delivered up to the mighty man. The man of 1 shekel was not delivered up to the man of 1 mina. If a man commits a murder, that man must be killed. If a man commits a robbery, he will be killed. If a man commits a kidnapping, he is to be imprisoned and pay 15 shekels of silver. If a slave marries a slave, and that slave is set free, he does not leave the household. If a slave marries a native, a free person, he or she is to hand the firstborn son over to his owner. If a man violates the right of another, and deflowers the virgin wife of a young man, they shall kill that man. If the wife of a man followed after another man, and he slept with her, they shall slay that woman, but the man shall be set free. If a man proceeded by force to deflower the virgin female slave of another man, that man must pay 5 shekels of silver. If a man divorces his first wife, he shall pay her 1 mina of silver. If it is a former widow whom he divorces, he shall pay her half a mina of silver. If the man had slept with the widow without there having been any marriage contract, he need not pay any silver. If a man is accused of sorcery, he must undergo ordeal by water. If he is proven innocent, his accuser must pay 3 shekels. If a man accused the wife of a man of adultery, and the river ordeal proved her innocent, then the man who had accused her must pay 1/3 of a mina of silver. If a prospective son-in-law enters the house of his prospective father-in-law, but his father-in-law later gives his daughter to another man, the father-in-law shall return to the rejected son-in-law twofold the amount of the bridal presents he had brought. He shall weigh and deliver to him 2 shekels of silver. If a slave escapes the city limits, and someone returns him, the owner shall pay 2 shekels to the one who returned him. If a man knocks out the eye of another man, he shall weigh out half a mina of silver. If a man cuts off another man's foot, he is to pay 10 shekels. If a man, in the course of a scuffle, smash the limb of another man with a club, he shall pay 1 mina of silver. If someone severed the nose of another man with a copper knife, he must pay 2/3 of a mina of silver. If a man knocks out a tooth of another man, he shall pay 2 shekels of silver. Text is destroyed here. If he does not have a slave, he is to pay 10 shekels of silver. If he does not have silver, he is to give another thing that belongs to him. If a man's slave woman, comparing herself to the mistress, speaks insolently to her, her mouth will be scoured with 1 quart of salt. If a slave woman strikes someone acting with the authority of her mistress, the text is unreadable here. If a man appears as a witness and was shown to be a perjurer, he must pay 15 shekels of silver. If a man appears as a witness, but withdraws his oath, he must make payment, to the extent of the value in litigation of the case. If a man stealthily cultivates the field of another man and raises a complaint, this is, however, to be rejected, and this man will lose his expense. If a man flooded the field of a man with water, he shall measure out 3 kur of barley per iku of field. If a man had let an arable field to another man for cultivation, but he did not cultivate it, turning it into wasteland, he shall measure out 3 kur of barley per iku of field.